Hey, welcome to Today Matters. My name is Pastor Chad, and this morning I want to give you specific fundamental steps on how to have a God purpose in your life each and every day. There's a great quote by Rick Warren that says, "The greatest tragedy is not death, it is a life without purpose." You know, one of the mistakes I made when I was younger is I put too much value in what I would do in my life instead of making the focus of who I am and whose I am in my life. What I do in my life does not define me, but who I am in Jesus Christ is what defines me. You know, 4 years ago, I had an amazing opportunity to take my son Drew on a father-son week to a camp called JH Ranch. It is located in Northern California. It was one of the best weeks of my life. And during that week, we talked about how to have a God purpose in our lives. This morning, I will walk you through these three letters, G-O-D, to help you understand how to establish this God purpose in your life. So the first letter is G, stands for having a heart of gratitude. You know, right now we live in a time of a lot of anxiousness, and anxiousness leads straight to negative behaviors. So the question becomes, how do we fight anxiousness? Well, Philippians 4:6 is clear when it says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." My grandma is 99 years old and lives by herself on a farm in a town of 323 people in the state of Wisconsin. She spends much of her day sitting in her chair, looking out the window. I called her the other day, and the first thing out of her mouth was, "I have so much to be thankful for." I was like, what? And immediately I thought to myself, this is the key to living a long life, is the first G, having a heart of gratitude. Proverbs 17:22 says, "A cheerful heart does good like a medicine, but a broken spirit makes one sick." No matter what the situation is, it is our choice on what we take out of each situation. We can always discover the good. In the book Attitude 101 by John Maxwell, he says, if you can step back from the negative circumstances you face in life, you'll be able to discover that there are positive benefits to your negative experiences. That is almost always true. You simply have to be willing to look for them and not take the adversity you are experiencing personally. I believe this type of attitude starts with a thankful one. So once we establish a heart of gratitude, we move on to the O in our God purpose, which is a soul of obedience. One of the first steps in your walk with the Lord is knowing why you obey Him and His word. Understanding this point, you have to understand the difference between a religion and a relationship. Religion says, I obey, therefore I am accepted. Whereas relationship says, I'm accepted, therefore I obey. There is a huge distinction between forced obedience and obedience done out of a love for a person. Pastor Jeremy has been delivering an awesome series on Thrive these past few weeks. In this series, he spends a lot of time walking us through the important fundamentals of the Christian faith in order to thrive. When you understand that this is a relationship over a religion, you'll have a much easier time with these fundamentals in your life. John 14:23 says, Jesus replied, "Anyone who loves me will obey my teaching." This type of obedience comes out of a relationship for Him. So once you've established a thankful heart and you understand that your obedience comes from a place of understanding that Jesus accepted me first, then we'll move to the final step in the God purpose, which is letter D, having a mind of dependence on Him. All of us are dependent on something or someone. In order to be fully dependent on Jesus Christ, we have to examine ourselves to see if there is anything in our life we are holding onto that is preventing full dependence on Him. This point is illustrated very well in how hunters would catch monkeys. They'd take the coconut, clean it out, and make a little hole at the bottom. Then they'd put some kind of fruit in the middle. They would hang it on the tree and wait for the monkey to come get it. The monkey would come, put the hand in, and grab the food. The problem is that the monkey is greedy, and when the hunter would approach the monkey, The monkey would not let go of the food. All the monkey had to do was let go of the food, and he could fit his hand outside of the coconut and be free. What is holding you back that you won't let go from having the life that is fully dependent on God? Letting go and letting God brings freedom in your life. Start today with a heart of gratitude that leads into a soul of obedience and finishes with a mind of dependence on Him, and you will have a God purpose in your life.